like an abusive relationship and your boyfriend smacked the shit out of you and it's like, oh bitch, we not doing this. We not standing up. Oh, we not getting slapped by the man that say love us. Oh, we not doing that. But then you find yourself like, you know what? He had a few drinks that night. You know, he ain't gonna do that shit no more. I caught him off guard. I hit him first. You know, and he not gonna do that shit no more until you get your ass slapped again. Trusting that nudge within that you feel when it's time for you to take action or when it's time for you to make a move. You really gotta learn to hone in and trust yourself. Like that shit that you feeling, it's not a lie. That inkling that just you cringe when you go against what it is that you're being called to do. So on today, June 22nd, 2021, I fully made the choice in my mind and I'm committed to it that what I'm doing and what I'm operating in reference to like 8 hours in which I'm spending my time today, I can do that in my own business. And I don't need to be stuck behind a fucking cubicle to create what I'm creating or to make the amount of money that I'm making. Because at the end of the day, this is really not about the money. Because if this was something that I was really called to do and something I was really passionate about doing and something I could see myself growing in and something that aligned with my wholehearted purpose, the money wouldn't even be a factor to me. But the money continues to be a further factor because it's already not in alignment with what I see myself doing. It's not a dot that I can even connect to what I plan to do moving forward or what I'm already trying to create. So I'm committed, divine source energy, to listening to your voice, to hearing you out, and to taking action towards the next step in my process. I love you. So I'm actually on the way home, guys. As you know, I had a conversation with myself and the divine earlier today in reference to like where I am in my journey and what I'm ready for and what I'm ready to do next. And what came from that energy is a heart-to-heart conversation I had with my supervisor. Literally, I walk in her office. It was literally time for me to go on my break. And I said to her, my intention walking into her office was to say to her, like, I want to tell you something. I want to have an extremely honest conversation with you about something, but you can't throw me under the bus. Like, you can't throw me under the bus, but I really want to be honest with you about something. And she was like, you're quitting. You're already looking for another job. And I was like, damn, is it that obvious? And so she was like, I already knew. I knew. I could feel it. I could feel the energy of it. I could see it. Like, I know. Like, I knew this one day that this conversation was happening or was going to happen soon and blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, wait. Because at this point, if you're going to go ahead and jump this shit off, sis, let me go clock out. Because I see that, it like, at this point, it's so crucial that we had this conversation. I'm willing to spend my break sitting in here talking to you about it. So I go clock out. I come back into her office. I grab a chair. We sit down. Y'all, my supervisor started fucking crying. Like, literally bawling tears at me. Like, I knew it. Like, I knew this was happening. I knew this was coming. And like, I have to give y'all another background story in reference to why the stress is so thick there, that she even, like, I know, I could feel the energy of why she even cried. Like, she's literally like, you're my only friend here. I have no support here. Like, oh my God, this place is gonna go to shit when you leave. Like, I fucking knew it. Like, I knew this day was coming. And she was just like crying, and then I started fucking crying, and it was just like, you know, it just turned into a love fest about me just like pouring my heart out to her in reference to how much I appreciate the effort that she gives to the company that I work for, because she really is a fucking hard worker and she grinds her motherfucking ass off. Like, if I have never learned nothing else from that woman, like, she do the fucking job, okay? She's gonna get the fucking job done. She's gonna put some shit in place to make sure the job is getting fucking done. Like, she's just gonna do the fucking job. And I'm not even gonna lie, like, I didn't hit it off well when she first came, because she was the type of supervisor that held me accountable. She required me to be a higher version of myself, and I didn't like that shit because I was comfortable being in a laxed ass environment, which was not helping me grow. And with her being there, and it's so crazy because the first thing that she also said, one of the first things that she also said in reference to the conversation of us exchanging the energy, she was just like, not that she was trying to take credit for anything, but it was like she really felt like it was her, like, you're quitting because of me. Like, not because I did anything wrong, but because I actually, like, I probably brought out the potential of you being very firm and honest with yourself about, like, listen, I'm not growing here. This place is not conducive for where I'm headed in the future. And it's true. It's not. And she was just literally like crying, like, and it's such a fucking shame because, Carolyn, for your potential, for all of the shit that I know I could teach you and pack into you, like all of the stuff, all of the knowledge that I know I could equip you with to be great in this industry, like, because I'm not supported in this role, I can't even give you the tools that you need to be successful at this job. Like, I can't even give you the tools that you, like, you would never, like, I could pour everything into you and you still wouldn't grow in this business because of the way management is set up here, like, because of the way the company is set up. And it's just, it's a lot of toxic habits and behavior and lack of accountability from higher management, which, and literally I know that's what's going on because literally less than a month ago, the COO of the company, that was the COO of the company that I worked for prior to me being hired, just got fired, just got replaced. So this is a chain of command in action of lack of accountability. You know, your team is only as strong as the head, you know, and it can only hold as much as it can hold based on how much, you know, the tail follows in alignment too. It's always the head and the tail. You get what I'm saying? Mostly the head because it's going to follow the direction of whatever, you know, it's just, it is what it is. But anyway, long story short, she literally cried, y'all, and I felt so sad because I knew that she felt that way. I didn't know she was gonna cry. Like, I was actually shocked. I like gave her a fucking hug and I was just like, you know, you just grind your ass off so much, and I really appreciate how seriously you have taken this role that you took on. And I know nobody in the building is getting paid their fucking worth, but at the end of the day, like, she still fucking grinds. And like she told me, like, yes, like, you're doing the right thing, I'm proud of you. Like, if it were my 30-year-old self, I would tell you to do the same thing. Like, I'm so proud of you because the difference is I'm 50 now. Like, the difference is I'm 50. So I gotta make this shit work until I get to my next goal. But the reality is, yes, you're young, you're vibrant, you have so many skills, you have so many different talents that could be really used to the advantage of this company. But because nobody has management skills here, like, you can't even be properly molded into something better that can be, like, you literally cannot grow in this company that I'm currently on payroll for right now. And granted, I don't expect to put any of these videos out until I have officially, like, given them my done letter. But I just really felt like I owed her to have that conversation with her because she has done nothing but brought me up to where I needed to. It's like, when you are a natural born leader, you need people around you that's going to coach you to a higher version of yourself. You need people that's going to see your strengths and sharpen them motherfuckers, and see your weaknesses and call you out on that shit so you can get that shit in order. You know what I'm saying? And that's what my supervisor did for me. And little did she know, she'll probably become a lifelong friend of mine because I do plan to keep in touch with her once leaving. But I just felt like, you know, and I just gave her flowers. I gave her flowers today and just told her how much I appreciated her, even though, you know, we had a little bit of head bumping in the beginning. I was never, like, really disrespectful to her. You know, I gave her a little bit of pushback, you know, when she first started. But overall, like, I'm just so happy and grateful that she was receptive to the energy that I gave her, because that was just a courtesy of me being like, listen, I haven't found a place yet. And then ended up something kind of fell in place for me based on a friend that I had reached out to based on a friend that I had reached out to today after I had that conversation with her. But I don't have any, I was just being honest with her, like, listen, girl, I haven't gotten an offer yet. I have not been interviewing yet, but know that I'm looking, because with this shit here, and it's not even that, if I was the kind of person that could just be very content with having a minimalistic lifestyle, or just a very basic, comfortable, normal, want to go to work every day, come home, like just basic shit, like don't really want too much out of life, I would probably be okay in the role that I'm in. But I'm not, because I know that at the end of the day, or even if the role that I'm in right now tied to my end goal somehow, this job was really a season for me. Like, when I first got hired at this job, I was homeless. I did not have a fucking car. I did not have a fucking choice to be called from someone, and when during the time I was applying and throwing my resume out there, like, I was just slapping my resume up against the fucking wall, and bitch, whatever stuck, I was gonna roll with it. That's how fucked up of a position I was in at the time that I took this fucking job. My son was not living with me at that time. My mother was not living with me at that time. I did not have nowhere to fucking live at that time. I did not have no motherfucking car. It had been repoed January of 2019, the year before. So January 19, earlier that year, like 6 months prior. So it was just like, well, maybe like 8-9 months prior, because I ended up working there like in September of 2019. But like, 9 months prior, my car was just being repoed. January 4th of 2019, like, I literally did not have shit. I was not in a position to be like, no, I'm not taking, this position because of what y'all paying and whatever the third. But eventually, and I grinded my fucking ass off. Like, I've gotten bonuses. I've gotten a raise since I've been there. And I probably am the only person that's been working for that company less than 2 years at the time that I got a raise, and got a raise within a year's time. But I hit the fucking ground running. I was ambitious. I was hungry, because I was fucking poor. Okay? And the reality is, right now, managing my finances the way that I am, I understand that that was a season for me. Like, I have reached a point in my life where I can no longer, this work environment is no longer conducive for what I need and what I desire to have in my own life. You get what I'm saying? And so really, that's just kind of where I am with the process or whatever. And I basically had that conversation with her, and I'm so grateful that she was receptive to it. And I was like, listen, just the management thing, it was a micromanaging thing, and it was not really that she was doing a lot of micromanaging. It was just like I said, just accountability, making you be accountable for your fucking actions, holding you to the fire to make you do it. It was all literally to help you grow. It was a growing process. And so she really just shook a lot of fucking feathers when she came and when she was added to our team. And it was well needed for that work environment. She's been there, December till what's now? June, 6 months. And, it's still a lot of shit that needs to be changed. But for the most part, in reference to everything, y'all, like, it just fucking blew me. I'm trying to cover this up, because whenever I post this, I really don't care to be giving nobody no publicity. Once it's done, it's done. But yeah, we had a heart-to-heart, and it led to us crying, because she was just literally like, I get it, because your greatness shines through, and I could tell that this job is sucking the life out of you. Like, it's every day that you come to work, it's starting to be harder and harder for you to just stay on task and give it your all and do what you need to do. So I get it, because if my 31-year-old self, if I could go back, I would tell you to fucking leave. I would, because I could pour everything into you right now today, and it still wouldn't be enough to help you grow in the role that you're in right now. Like, it's just not. The culture of the work environment is so fucked up that one person can't do it on their own. So I just want to say thank you, girl. If you end up seeing this message, you know who you are. By the time I post this, I'm long gone from here, because I've already put that shit in the universe. I went outside today in the rain and prayed about it. The answers that came back to me came back for what they need to be. Speaking it into existence. I'm going to get this job with this black-owned company. And I'm just going to rock this shit, because the reality is I'm too fucking great to be sitting behind a motherfucking desk shuffling papers. Like, that's just fuck period. And it's no shade to whoever is doing that, because I'm currently in the role of doing it. So don't take no, don't mean that in no malice, but it just is what it is. Like, when you just come to your breaking point, it's just like, I just can't. And I don't give a fuck who look at what I do next. Like, whatever. I don't give a fuck what you think. Because put some dollars on my table or suck my dick is how I'm looking at anybody who got something to say about anything in reference to the path and the life and the path that I choose to walk on once I walk away from this. Because to sit behind a desk for $100 a fucking day is not it. Okay? That's cap. Like, I'm not doing it. That's cap. Y'all got more money to pay me than that, especially when every person I'm sitting in a seat is bringing you $26,000. Y'all got more money than to pay me than that. Like, I'm not fucking playing with y'all. Like, I'm not doing this no more. This shit is dead. I'm not about to be... And, like, I really had to get to a realistic point of view in reference to, like, this is really happening. Like, CeeLo, this is happening. This is happening. Whether you want this shit to happen today or next week or 2 weeks from now, this is happening. Accept it, receive it, take that energy in. This shit is happening. You're walking away from this, because this right here, you're not about to do 2 more years of this. You're not about to do 3 more years of this. You are not about to put yourself in a position where the 40-year-old CeeLo is going to have to apologize to the 30-year-old CeeLo that was sitting on the fence about taking that leap of faith and doing and going after your fucking gift, or sitting here and just letting your soul dwindle away. I'm not having that conversation with myself at 40. I fucked it off in my 20s. I'm not doing that shit in my 30s. I'm 31. This next fucking 9 years of my life before 40 hit, I'm about to be a fucking millionaire, bitch. Watch how this shit go. And this is me talking to myself. I'm not calling y'all no bitch, because you know I love y'all to death. You know I love y'all. But this is what's happening, CeeLo. You're going to make a firm fucking decision to do what the fuck you need to do and commit to what you need to commit to and get the fuck up out of this 9 to 5, because it's not happening for you, sis. Your most productive time and hours of your day are happening from 4 a.m. to about 2 o'clock p.m., sis, is when you start losing focus on what you need to focus on. I need them productive hours to be spent on something I can do on fucking autopilot. Something that don't take me no fucking mental brains to do. If I'm going to work for somebody else for some money, I need to do something that is naturally a gift and a talent of mine. I naturally love to see people happy. I naturally want people to have an amazing experience. I naturally want to be honest and transparent and deliver high value service to a person or to people in general. I naturally want to do something I love doing. I love communicating with people. I love networking. I love talking to people. I love, just giving the highest value of beat ass fucking energy, the most attractive energy that I could ever fucking give. I've been a moth to a flame type of energy my whole entire life. I can't help that. Put yourself in a dynamic where that shit is gonna fucking turn you into a butterfly, bitch, and you're gonna grow some amount of wings that you ain't gonna never be able to replace. And that's just where I need to be in my life. You know what I mean? And so if I'm gonna work somewhere, it need to be somewhere where I can connect with people on a daily basis, possibly creative people, possibly business people, possibly lawyers, possibly doctors. Like, I gotta be somewhere where I can fucking network. I can't be stuck in a box behind a fucking cubicle my entire life. Like, I've dedicated at this point about 7 years to this grind. Since I graduated college, it's been about 7 years since I graduated from college. Let me explain to you how I don't have an 8th year to give to a corporate dynamic. And when I say corporate dynamic, because trust and believe, the company that I work for was far from it. Far from corporate. Which is why I shall not name them, because this is not a bashing session about them. They just got a lot of fixing to do. And unfortunately, the 2 years that I've been there has drained me enough that I can't stay in this relationship with y'all no more. It's like an abusive relationship and your boyfriend smacked the shit out of you and it's like, oh bitch, we not doing this. We not standing up. Oh, we not getting slapped by the man that say love us. Oh, we not doing that. But then you find yourself like, you know what? He had a few drinks that night. He ain't gonna do that shit no more. I caught him off guard. I hit him first. You know, and he not gonna do that shit no more. Until you get your ass slapped again. And I'm sorry that I gotta use this as an analogy. This is not in a moment to attack anybody who is going through this. This is my level of consciousness speaking. I'm always giving disclaimers for shit because I care that much about how people receive the energy that I'm giving. But it's like, oh no. Once you get to year 2, and these patterns and these habits still ain't changed, bye-bye, baby. Bye-bye. Can't keep doing this with y'all. Not finna stay in this rat race with y'all, because at this point, it's a toxic relationship dynamic. It's a codependent relationship. I'm only staying here for the check. And if I'm not going to be passionate about the job that I'm clocking in here for, I'm doing your company a fucking disservice. Your company is doing me a fucking disservice if I'm showing up here unhappy every day. I can't do it no more. I'm just, and it's like, the crazy thing for me is every time I get to a 2-year mark with every single corporate job I've had, it was a dead factor for me. It was a peace factor for me. It was like literally a peace factor for me. Like, I'm so fucking disturbed coming in these doors, doing this same repetitive ass, mundane ass work, that I need my peace. And it's so, detrimental to my soul that the only way to revive my peace is to fucking cut the cord. I have to leave. I have to get out of here. Or else I'm really getting the intuitive nudge. I'm going to miss my fucking opportunity if I stay in here 6 more months. I'm going to miss my opportunity. I got to go now. I don't give a fuck what's planned for my birthday. I don't give a fuck what's planned for Christmas. I don't need them days off. Let me tell y'all something. Because I need my whole entire daytime, AM and PM, to focus on my own fucking dreams and goals. And I can give y'all that nightlife because I'm good at that anyway. That's my personality. I serve in the nature of energy and nightlife. Okay? So we're going to see where this journey take us. I love you guys so much for being here, being a listening ear. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this will go on a little bit longer. So I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Oh, and a bitch meant a little bit longer, as in like a few more minutes worth of expression and a couple more days until that letter get put in. But when this opportunity rise in and fall in and roll in, it's gonna be a big public service announcement. Yeah, it is. I love you guys so much. Thank you for supporting me along my journey, and leave some messages down in the comments if you have been thinking about also transitioning in some way in your life, or possibly quitting your 9 to 5. Just reach out to me. Let me know, or let's start a conversation down in the comments. Let me know what it is that you're trying to break the habits of in your life that you feel like would potentially push you forward if you just go ahead and pull the trigger. I love you guys. Bye.